going, guys? It is me, the Mighty Scuram, with the boys, the Pillsbury Doughboy, Jared, and Mr. Gilvis himself, Gil. We're back for this week's episode 29. Gil, guess what? There's only 3 more episodes left of this season.
Yay.
There's also one more mock draft in general, and then there's a full-on 7 round, which I'm going to try to get Sean on to join us in there. There's a lot of prospects the Capitals could go after, which we'll get into that during this episode. But we have a lot to talk about today. The Capitals, the Stingrays, and the Bears are all out of the playoffs. Gil, I got to vent for a little bit here. I think Capitals management, front office, kind of fucking screwed the Bears. Andrew Crystal was eliminated Friday night. They waited until Tuesday to add him to the playoff roster for Hershey. Not enough time for him to get into practice and get ready for Game 3.
The way the Bears were playing, I don't think it would have made much difference.
I think it would have. His energy and his ability to put the puck in the net is what the Bears desperately needed. And that's the reason why I'm going to vent for a little bit, because if you put him in and he does something and they still lose, that's fine. But like you basically just gave up there, said, fuck it, you guys are done. We're not even going to attempt to put the kid on. And I can't blame Todd Nelson for this. I'm not blaming Todd Nelson for this, because what was Todd Nelson going to do? The kid had one practice the day of Game 3. He's not going to throw him into the fucking fire right there and then. He's going to want to have a couple more practices with him. So Todd Nelson's not to blame here. This is just the way they handled the Crystal situation for the Bears is just, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, why they waited. It just felt like if it was me, I would have added him to the roster after Saturday night's game. So he would have been ready for Wednesday. But now that I got that out of the way, guys, how are you guys feeling today?
Yeah.
I know Jared's probably also mopey and dopey because his Amherst are also facing elimination. And potentially could be going home after tomorrow.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
But
we always struggle against Laval.
Right now, I wouldn't be shocked if it's an Absford Laval Calder Cup final.
Wait. So there's a possibility it could be an all-Canadian Calder Cup final?
Yeah.
Ha!
I wouldn't count out the Colorado Eagles yet, because they have 2 games at home. So Absford has to win another one in Colorado. So the Eagles could end up winning the next 2 games and move on. But from what I'm looking at, yeah, Absford and Latvia will probably be the final 2 remaining. Charlotte ran into the Hershey Bears at the right time. The Bears were gassed. You can tell in that third period they looked tired. They were ready. They were done. Miro scored his last goal as a Hershey Bear because he will be a Washington Capital next year. There's a lot to talk about this offseason, Gil, but let's get into it right away. Gil.
Mm-hmm.
The Capitals. Hold on. Ugh. Had something in my mouth. The Capitals did exactly what I feared they would do, and lost in 5.
Screwed the pooch.
I told you this after Game 1. I had somewhat of a worry in this, and I was scared. I predicted Carolina in 5 after that, didn't I? That was my fear. Well, the Capitals, they played a great Game 5. It just 2 lucky bounces go Carolina's way, and we're now golfing and sitting at home. Out minus Dylan McGrath and Ethan Frank and Ryan Leonard, who were at the game last night. Leonard obviously at the game watching his brother, who scored a goal against us again. So... But there's nothing. I'm not going to sit here and mope and say this was a failure of a season. It's not. I already did my slow debrief early on, and I said we'll debrief this more in detail, and I will. Gil, this season should not be looked as a failure. This season should be looked as a growing pain and to get better from here on out. Chris Patrick and Brian McClellan already came out and said the team is going to get even younger, which kind of screams John Carlson's gone after next year. They're not going to try to re-sign Ovi. He's probably walking. Uh, and TVR is more likely going to get moved before the season starts next year. But I just don't think it's going to be for Vincent Arario, who looked like fucking dog shit last night. There is a couple guys I think they could trade for that could work wonders for us and are being rot in some teams right now. One of them is playing in LA, and they have mistreated him ever since they drafted him. His father is a Hall of Famer. But we'll get into that in a minute. Gil, your overall debriefing of the season, I want to hear it. Go ahead.
I had no illusions of this team winning the Stanley Cup. I hate saying that, but it's true. Do I like how far they got? Yeah. Do I like how it ended? No. But they did get a lot further than a lot of people thought they would. They surprised a lot of people. I don't think they're going to surprise anybody next year. So that element is gone. But that said, now that they got the target on them, that yeah, they need to get younger and faster again. So like you said, stepping stone on the way to greatness. One more level up. They got better, way better than they did last year, but still got a ways to go to improve.
Yes, and to top onto that, I didn't really talk much about it. I don't think I did it in the debriefing. Ryan Chesley is officially under contract. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I did say when the Capitals season ends, don't be shocked if they put pen to paper. And what did they do after they got eliminated the day after? They signed him. So Chesley is finally in the pipeline. Crystal's coming over. This team will get younger in the next few years. But I think, and the good thing, which makes me very very excited, is that they said they will be aggressive, but they only if it benefits them. Uh, which means they're probably not going to trade away draft picks. They're only going to trade away potentially prospects like a Vincent Arario that's not going to fit in our system. I'm Arario. It's make or break next year for him. Either he makes the roster for us, or he is a casualty and he's gone next year. Miro will more likely make the roster. I just don't think there's nowhere else to go for him. He's ready for the NHL. Lapierre will get a shot at that third line center. We'll see what happens there. I honestly, I think the safest bet is letting him have a shot at the third line center. And if we have to make a move at the trade deadline, we'll make a move at the trade deadline. As for Ryan Leonard, I think he will take another step. A third line, I feel more confident of a third line of Miro, Nishnachenko, a Lapierre, and a Leonard line than I do of a Majapani Eller line. Eller and Leonard line because
Oh, Mangiapane's gone. There is no way they re-signed
the
him.
only guy they're bringing back is Bolivier. Now, here's a question for you, Gil. If you could get, say, a Brock Besser or a Nikolai Ehlers for cheap, would you do it?
Well, yeah, the price and the term would have to be right. I don't want to see another long-term contract.
Yeah.
Pierre-Luc Dubois needs to be the exception, not the rule.
Well, the thing is,
I see anybody
sign
signed to more than a 3-year contract, I'm going to get pissed.
The thing about the Dubois thing is we traded for him. We didn't sign under that contract.
I know. And so we kind of didn't have any choice, so that's fine.
So I think out of the two, I think Brock Besser is probably the better of the two. He's a year younger, and I still think he hasn't hit his stride, but he has produced come playoff time. Unlike Ehlers. I don't. He's a guy that comes in. He's a guy that could come in and produce. I just don't think he's a guy that's going to come in and produce in the playoffs. I mean, if you look at it, 2021 he got 3 points. This year he had 7 points. But how much of that was because of Kyle Connor? But
True.
is Besser? Is he a center?
Uh, Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. Um,
He is right wing.
Now see, that's the thing. They got too many right wings as it is.
Yeah, that would become a problem. I mean, they could make it work, but I mean they're also getting rid of Radish. Radish is probably gone, so they're gonna let's opens up a spot for that right wing. I don't think Ethan Frank's. I think Ethan Frank's going back to Hershey next year. I just don't think he fits on this team. The only guy out of Hershey outside of Miro and Lapierre that have a shot is I mean Rosario. Rosario will have a shot. Is Dubé, Peric Dubé. Maybe Sutter. Sutter could fit in that fourth line too. He could finally make his jump and be with Dowd and Duhane, which that would be a hell of a pest of a fourth line. And Sutter would give them an extra boost as well.
You really think they're going to give Sutter a shot?
He'll get a shot in the preseason, but I don't think he's gonna
He's not going to. No,
make it.
unless he really turns a lot of heads. I don't see him moving
No,
up.
and I
You
agree with you.
committed. You're committed to Nick Dowd for 2 more years.
Well, he's not a Sutter. Sutter's been playing more wing the last 2 years. Is why I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. They could give him a shot there. He's played the wing a lot the last 2 years, so he could fit on that right side, the right wing, because even though his natural position is a center, he plays the wing as well. Uh, it just depends how he does in the preseason. Um, as for for potential free agencies, like I said, there's Brock Besser. The one I don't want, and I hope to God we avoid, is you know who exactly I'm talking about, Gil. Is that punk bitch in Toronto, Mitch Marner.
Yeah, got the guy. If you say Game 7 around him, he'll disappear faster than well money around my wife when we go shopping.
All right, so here's the top 12 UFAs of 2025. All right, so we have Mitch Marner at 1, obviously. Sam Bennett, but I don't think. I mean, he would fit here. I just don't think he would want to come here. He's either gonna go to Toronto or he's gonna go back to Florida. There's Ellers who plays right wing. There's John Tavares, which I don't fuck no. We need to get younger. There's Ekblad, but we don't need him. Marchand's probably going back to Boston. There's Brock Bessie, who that's the one I want.
Why would you want to go back to Boston?
Well, he wants to retire there.
Yeah, but that team is a mess.
Yeah, but Marchand is loyal. I mean, the only reason why they traded him to Florida was because Don Sweeney wanted to give Marchand a last shot at a cup, and he's what 7 more wins away from winning it. So, but like I said, the one I want the most is Brock Bessier because he can really help out our power play. Outside of that, I mean, there's Matt Duchene. Don't want him. Too old. Gavrikov, we don't need another Matt Roy. Brock Nelson, hell no. Mikola Granglund could be a good one, but we don't sign Finnish players. So, Pius Suter, no. I didn't even know he was still playing.
Oh God, no. Don't want him.
So, like I said, there's Brock. Out of all the players the Caps could go after this offseason, Brock Bessier is probably the likelihood, the one that would fit the most out of all of them because he's still 28. We could sign him to a 4-year deal, get him for maybe 6-7 million, and it wouldn't hurt us because next year we're gonna have even more money. So plus we got to re-sign Lapierre probably to a bridge deal. McMichael needs a new contract. Carlson's gone, so Carlson's contract goes off the book. Ovi's contract comes off the book. We're probably gonna move Lindgren sometime next year, to make room for potentially Clay Stevenson to be the backup sometime in the next 2 years. Which also leads us to what are we going to do in the draft? I mean, the Caps can go anywhere right now in the draft. They need the three top needs are right side defenseman, a number one center, and a number one goalie. And they have 2 picks within the top 50. Gil, this is probably the best time to do it, where they could take a risk at a goaltender in the top 50. We haven't had a goalie in the top 50 in a long time. I mean, Braden Holtby was in the fourth round, but still, what is the likelihood of getting another goalie in the 4th round like Braden Holtby? Very slim. The Capitals got very lucky with Holtby, and they got Logan Thompson. But how long can Logan Thompson perform at the high level that he is? He's 30 now? He'll be 30 in 2 years. So I give him 3 more years left of that, and then he'll start going downhill. Like, a rarity you see goalies perform well past 34. Lundqvist is the exception. Lundqvist, Fleury, and who's the other one? Quick, Brodeur. Those guys are elite. Those guys aren't, those guys were drafted in the 1st round. So, Gil, what are your expectations for this offseason?
Well, it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near like this last off season.
No, if like I said, our biggest move, if we make a move, we'll be signing a guy like Brock Bessier. That's it. Like, we'll make one big move, and then the rest we're gonna try to fill with the AHL players.
Which won't even be a big move, exactly, because
he's on a down
next year the top six is set.
Yeah. For now,
barring an injury,
and then going forward, eventually they're gonna move Leonard up. But right now, it's getting him more established on that 3rd line to get him used to the NHL until he's ready for those top line minutes. So the top 6 right now, barring an injury or Leonard moving up, is set. But Brock Bessier could be a fit for the 3rd line. He could very well fit the 3rd line. You could put Leonard, because Leonard also plays center too. So Leonard could play center. You can move him to center. He plays center and wing. So you could put Leonard the center. You could put Miro on the left side. You have Miro, Leonard, Bessier. But the thing is, does Bessier want to come here and play bottom 6 minutes? That's probably going to be the biggest, seller to get a guy like that. But like I said, this offseason is probably going to, if we make a big move, it's going to be like that. It's going to be a guy like Ehlers. It's going to be a guy like Bessier. And then the rest, like I said, we're going to either trade away. Like, we'll trade TVR. We'll get more cap space. And then we'll rely on one of the defensemen and Hershey to come up and take up. Or, like I said, we can make a move to get younger, and we'll go out and get like a Brandon Clark to put on the right side in the bottom 6. We could probably do a player-for-player trade. We give LA TVR and we get Brandon Clark. But outside of that, I don't see us making massive moves this offseason. We don't need to make massive moves. We just got to stick the course. We have kids coming over. This draft, we have 2 picks in the top 50. We'll make our moves here. We'll add on to our already deep farm system. And there's a couple guys I'm looking at. There's a new guy that has just risen that I could see falling to us at 27th. We are officially picking at 27th overall, by the way. It's been set in stone. That's where we're picking. The rest of the draft is going to be sorted out by whoever wins the conference finals and wins the Stanley Cup. So, I think, what is it, 28 to... No, is it 29 to 32? No, 28 to 32. So 28 to 32 will be decided by the conference finals, winners and losers. Gil, if we do make a big move, who do you expect it to be?
I I don't know. I just hope it's not somebody that's a big name that's going to overpromise and underdeliver,
Yeah,
especially in the playoffs. That's my fear.
that's why.
I want somebody that's a potential or proven playoff performer.
That's why that's the reason why the only guy, the hot guy on the list is Brock Bessier, because he has performed in the playoffs for Vancouver. It's the other guys that haven't, and he looks like you can see that. But the thing is, I think he's going to Pittsburgh. I honestly think Brock Bessier wants to play in Pittsburgh. But his playoffs, if you look at his stats in the playoffs, they're pretty good. I mean, look at this. Uh, He's got 23 points in 2 playoff appearances. He's got 11 points in 17 games, 12 points in 12 games in 20 last year. So he performs. He performs. Like, that's what we need. Like a guy like, what was our biggest problem against Carolina this series?
Couldn't move the damn puck.
Not only that, but we didn't get bottom 6 scoring. It was our top 6 doing all the scoring. So, like I said though, I don't know. Like Brock Bessie is probably the only one I want, but he's probably the hardest one to get because he wants to play top 6, and we don't need a top 6 guy. But you never know. Spencer Carberry could be like, "Hey Brock, come play with us, man. You'll have a great time." He'd be like, "Shit, fuck it. I'll sign a 3-year deal for $5 million." I would love for him to be on the cause like I said, not only would he help our bottom 6, he would help the power play. Which you all three of us can agree was fucking absolutely abysmal this season. It was by far worse than last season. I don't know how the fuck it got worse than last season, but it did. It cost us in the playoffs. It did. I mean, we only had 2 power play goals against Carolina. I mean, look at Florida the other night. 2 games. 2 power play goals in 1 game. People are like, well, Carolina has a good power play. Clearly not, because Florida scored 2 on them. Jared, I know you were over there quiet, but let's get your input. Jared,
Stop.
who do you want in the offseason if we go big?
Huh?
Who do you want that's on their list for the Capitals in the offseason?
Oh, right. I really couldn't even tell you. You guys definitely pay closer attention to the up and coming players than I do. I more so watch them as soon as they're drafted and see how they do coming up in the AHL and all.
Well, let me throw out a name that probably everybody should know, given where he plays. I heard something that Buffalo is shopping Bo Byram.
No, no, hell no, no. I knew you were going there. Hell no, I don't want him. I don't want nothing to do with him. He can stay the fuck away from our blue line. Not to mention he's a left-handed defenseman. We don't need a left-handed defenseman. We need more on the right side. He can go fuck himself. No, there's a reason why Colorado traded him. No, I'm good.
Hey, Gil,
Yeah,
does that answer your question?
I guess.
I mean, he would be a great addition, but we already log jammed on the left side. Like, we don't need another left-handed defenseman. We need more right-handed side. Which is why he's just, it makes no sense for us to trade for him. I mean, he's still young. He's 23. He should be left-handed. Yeah, he's a left-handed defenseman. I was like, because he played on the left side for Buffalo. I mean, he's a great player. He still has potential to be a great star. I mean, but we don't need a left-handed defenseman. Like, anyone out of Buffalo, the guy I want is JJ Peterka. That's the only guy I want. If it's from Buffalo. Because he kills us. He kills us every time he fucking plays us. He's probably got
Rochester made him that good.
No, he was lines mate with fucking Tim Stützle. That's what made him good. But I mean, like I said, out of all the out of all the guys that are here that uh, scream to me, like I said, only two of them stand out, and it's Ellers and Brock Bowser. Outside of that, I mean, everyone else is just too old, and we're trying to get younger. I mean, unless we make a trade with someone for like a center, I mean, who's out there we could trade for?
Don't know.
Who's on Buffalo that we could trade for?
Tage Thompson.
No, that would cost.
Makes too much money.
Not only that, that would cost us Ryan Leonard, Cole Hudson, and 2 first rounders. No, I'm good. Okay, I'm good on that. All right.
I'm trying to think.
I mean, I'd love to have him, but he would cost way too much.
Yeah, he would cost way too much to trade for. Like, and not only that, he makes way too
Buffalo's
much.
never gonna let him go.
No. That too.
Unless he begs to get out of there.
Hey, can we trade for Beck Malenstein? That guy looks good. He seems good. He's a good player.
We should add this one guy they had for a little bit in Buffalo. I think his name was Abe Kubel.
Fuck you. Hey, there's another guy we could trade for. He's a great player. They just drafted him. Zach Benson. I mean, there's players out there we could potentially trade for. I mean, if we want to look it up, like Washington. So here's MSN. They made a post about this, like 3 targets the Capitals could go after in the offseason. I mean, no. All right, I already hate this because the first thing they offered was JG Paggio. Fuck you. I mean, Braden Shen, but he's too old. I want someone still in their 20s. Like their late 20s. Doesn't have to be early 20s. I just don't. I mean, we can go after Gabe Velarde.
Nah.
Marco Rossi, but
No.
I just don't see anyone like the Capitals. If they're gonna get someone, they're gonna get someone through free agency, or they're just gonna give Lapierre the shot. And I think that's the safe bet right now is to just give Lapierre the shot, another chance at that third line center. And hopefully he develops like freaking Protas and McMichael.
Okay, so what if he doesn't though?
That's when you make a move at the deadline. That's what I'm saying. You make a move at the deadline. You move him and you get someone for him. Alright, let's look up all-season predictions for the Capitals. Oh my god. MSN, you're pissing me off. Well, the first one's great. Re-sign Anthony Beauvillier. Perfect. Then they say, sign Marcus Johansson. No!
What?
They want to bring Mojo back?
Why would they bring him back? Makes no sense.
For a third time?
Third time's a charm.
No.
What's the name of the idiot that wrote that?
The MSN one?
Yeah.
Brian Logan.
Yeah, he needs to hit the unemployment line. That's terrible.
Oh shit. All right. Gil, a lot has happened since our last podcast. Meaning wise, we're in the conference finals for the NHL. I will be live streaming the Stanley Cup final, all 7 games. The channel has been updated. We have a lot to go there. Nothing will change between you and me, Gil. You'll still be doing Capitals Off the Chain and Prospect Showcase. Jared's going to get a bigger load. Shut up, Jared. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
You said it. You told me to shut up just in time.
Well,
Shut up.
you might tell him to shut up, but I'll tell you that I don't think that was the right word.
Yeah, you should have thought that one out better.
He'll have a bigger schedule. All right. Let's get into the talks of the Chicago Blackhawks have officially hired their next head coach, and it was probably the worst head coaching hiring so far this offseason. I don't know why the fuck they looked at this guy and thought, yeah, man, he'll fix Chicago. Connor Bedard would love him. Jeff Bezos
Oregano.
is the new head coach of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Sound like you said Jeff Bezos.
No, Jeff Bezos. Or Blazo. Is it Blazo or Basil?
Who is he supposed to be? Jeff Bezos from Temu?
No. That was a good one. Blazel. Jeff Blazel, former Detroit Red Wing head coach, former assistant coach of Tampa Bay. Terrible fucking hire, dude. Like, they could have had Mitch Love. They could have had potentially Todd Nelson if they waited another day. Now that he's free to have interviews, but they said, nah, fuck it. We want this guy that failed in Detroit. After all this good I talked about Chicago, hey Jared, you want to stop fapping over there?
Well, you caught me at an awkward time.
Oh my god! All right, just mute yourself for a minute.
Right. Okay, we're good now.
Jeff, after all this good I talked about them, Gil, they within the 5 minutes of this hire, they throw all that shit out the window. This sets Chicago back even more. This was not the smart hire. This was terrible. Did they not see what he did to Detroit and thought maybe not to go near this guy? But yet, here they are. He's their new head coach, Gil.
I think they like going to the lottery. I think they like watching those balls bounce around.
Oh, I could say something right now.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Oh my god. You know what? I can't deny it. I think you're right, Gil. I think they are.
They're like Pittsburgh. They're addicted to going to. They got a gambling addiction. They love going to the damn lottery.
Gil, you're not wrong there. You are not wrong there. All right, let me get this up here. Okay. Yeah, it's just. I don't know why, but speaking of Mitch Love, he is in the talks for 2 potential NHL head coaching jobs. One of them scares me, the other one doesn't. Didn't I say Lane Lambert could go to the Kraken? He's also been linked to the Kraken as well. I think. Oh, he just interviewed for the Boston Bruins job.
I can see him coaching there.
But this Pittsburgh Penguins writer actually he brought up something that I brought up in the podcast. I think what was it 2 weeks ago? Of how Mitch Love could be the next Spencer Carberry hire. And that would be a perfect spot for, like I said, as much as I hate it, Pittsburgh would be a perfect spot for him to go to because they need they need a reset. They need to change and turn it around. Hey, Jared, can you mute yourself for a minute?
And
Thank you.
here, this should fix it.
Your damn notifications keep going off. Anyways, it would be a great hire for them because, like you said, they need a reset, and it would plus the fact that they're more likely going to get the first overall pick next year because they're going to be that bad. So it would be smart to get Mitch Love this year and then have him coach them and be terrible next year. Get Gavin McKenna first overall, and then you could go from there rebuilding the team. But it looks like a lot of teams want Mitch Love, and we texted each other the other day saying, yeah, he's good. He's good as gone. He's gone. It's his time. He's ready.
He gone.
He'll be the next head coach. I think he'll be the youngest NHL coach. Because he's only 40. I think Spencer's only 3 years older than him, right?
Yeah, they're about the same age.
So who is the youngest NHL coach?
Ever?
26, which was Washington Capitals head coach.
Yep, Gary Green.
Gary Green. So he'll be the youngest current coach, which I don't think that will last very long because of a certain David Carl, who did re-sign with the Denver Pioneers, but I think in the next 2 years he'll be the next head coach. He'll be a new head coach. I think Colorado is likely his landing spot. I think Jared Bednar is on thin ice. He got away with an excuse this year. I mean, even though it's a stupid excuse because Chris McFarland handled the Mikko Rantanen situation way too long.
Stupid.
Who the hell is this that just joined us?
I don't know, some random chick.
Go back to your meat.
I don't have anybody running right now. I'm at a break.
I don't care.
She took
Hi,
a break for meat.
Hi, Cheryl. So
Hi, guys.
Chris McFarland's probably gone next year if they don't win the cup. Jared Bednar is gone as well. So it makes so much sense. And like I said, if I'm Rob Blank, I sit out a year. I wait for Chris McFarland to make a mistake. Joe Sakic brings you in as GM. And you bring David Carl over as the next head coach for the Avs. You hire within. Or you get the kid from the guy that's coaching the Eagles. But
Wait a minute. Why don't they just hire that guy who was Jared Bednar? Jared Bednar's double. Why don't they just hire him?
Why? So he can do just as bad of a job as Jared Bednar?
Oh, God.
I mean, people were like, well, Jared Bednar won a cup. No. Jared Bednar didn't win a cup. No. Nathan McKinnon, Cal McCarr, and Gabriel Landeskog won them the cup. All right? They had enough of losing. It was a similar storyline for the Capitals. The Avalanche were fucking done losing, so they turned around and won the Stanley Cup. Jared Bednar did absolutely nothing during that cup run. Sorry, but he didn't. He played Spencer Carberry. Not Spencer Carberry.
I was going to say, what?
Darcy Kemper. He played Darcy Kemper. I'm looking at Spencer Carberry right now. That's why I said his name.
Okay.
Darcy Kemper. He had Darcy Kemper as his goalie in the playoffs. And he didn't even play half the playoffs. He got hurt. Pavel Francouz played majority of that playoff run. But yes, Jeff Blazel is the new head coach of the Chicago Blackhawks. Terrible fucking choice, which means there's only 3 more teams left. Seattle, Pittsburgh, and Boston are the last 3 teams remaining.
Who did Vancouver hire?
Adam Foote.
Oh, that's right.
You still think, what's his name, will go to Pittsburgh, Nelson?
No. It's going to be, apparently they're really high on Jay Woodcroft. So
Okay.
that's probably going to be where he goes. I think Mitch Love goes to Seattle, and then Boston gets John Tortorella.
Oh, God, that's scary.
No, I
Um,
don't know who Boston's going to get, but I do know that Mitch Love is probably going to Seattle.
yeah.
He's got
So Spencer, what's his name, stays in Hershey then?
Todd, probably.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to move yet. Unless he might go to
Okay.
Boston. Todd Nelson might go to Boston.
I could see that.
But Boston
Probably
is
better for him than.
Boston is currently right now in talks of. So they interviewed Jay Woodcroft, they interviewed Mitch Love, they interviewed Marco Sturm. You know what? Fuck it. Nope. It's gonna be Marco Sturm. They're gonna
In
bring him back.
Boston?
They're gonna bring him back. They're gonna bring Marco Sturm back.
Ooh.
Fucking hate that guy. Fucking douche.
Yeah.
What a douche. He's German? I didn't even know
Um,
he was German.
with a name like that, you didn't know he was German?
Well, the other one's not German. The one with the Avs. Is it?
I don't
That's
know.
Mark Savard. I'm thinking of Mark Savard. That's the one that scored the overtime winner against Montreal when they won the cup.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Okay.
so, Gil, let's do our predictions. You want to start with Boston, Pittsburgh, or Seattle?
Seattle.
All right, Seattle. Who you got?
I hope it's Mitch Love,
It could be Lane Lambert. Lane
but
Lambert's also.
it could also be Lane Lambert.
Mm.
Two excellent choices, in my opinion. Two excellent choices. I think Lane Lambert fits there just as much as Mitch Love. Lane Lambert did not get the opportunity to prove himself in Long Island because they had absolutely nobody. They had basically two goal scorers on the roster, and their defense did take a little shot, but I mean, it just he got so fucking utterly screwed by Lou Lamoriello.
Lou Lamoriello's an idiot.
Yeah, Lou Lamoriello was just fucking completely screwed him. They fired him. I mean, they made a right choice by hiring Patrick Walk. They made the right choice doing that, but it was pretty dumb. But let's talk. All right, so Seattle. You have either Mitch Love or Lane Lambert. Jared.
Jared.
Yes.
Who you think's going to Seattle?
Probably love the same guy you were saying. I could see it happening. I feel Seattle's going to try and go young.
Yeah. You want to do Pittsburgh next?
Sure.
All right. Gil, start us off.
Pittsburgh. It would be kind of funny if they did hire Todd Nelson, but I don't think that's happening.
No.
Mm-mm.
I don't get why Woodcroft is so hot, but I guess they're thinking, oh, he coached Connor McDavid once. I guess that's why.
I think he has history with Crosby too.
I guess it'll be him, but I don't think that's the right way to go for them either. But I really don't care.
Said, and I hate that much as I have to admit this. I think Mitch Love is the best option for them. But knowing Kyle Dubas, he's gonna go out of left field and hire Jay
Mitch
Woodcroft.
Love for Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
That's an interesting choice.
Not really. It's smart. It's the way to go.
I mean, I didn't say it wasn't a good choice. I said it's an interesting choice.
Lane Lambert also. They also might hire within too.
I could see Lane Lambert in Pittsburgh. More than Seattle, I think.
No, I think if Mitch Love goes to Pittsburgh, Lane Lambert's going to Seattle.
That makes sense.
I think that's what it is. But with Pittsburgh, like I said, Pittsburgh is so high on Jay Woodcroft that I just don't think that Mitch Love is going to end up in Pittsburgh. I don't. I mean, for all we know, he
Yeah.
might still end up back in Washington. He's interviewing for all these jobs, but they might hire someone over all of them. Which that's my best case scenario for us is we don't lose him.
Yeah.
It just means next year he's definitely gone.
How long does he have left on his? When's his contract up?
It doesn't matter. He's going to be a head coach next
Oh,
year.
okay. Gotcha.
After next season, if he remains with us, he is definitely going to be a head coach
The following year.
next year. Yeah.
Okay.
But it'll be interesting for Pittsburgh. Gil, Jay Woodcroft would probably be the best option. Be the most likely,
Right.
not the best option, but the most likely option that they go. Mitch Love would be the second. Now we go to Boston, and Boston is looking at Marco Sturm. They're looking at David Quinn. It's a lot of the same teams are looking at the same guys. Oh, even DJ Smith, former Ottawa Senator head coach, had a good virtual meeting with Dubas. So we'll see. Gil, let's make a little prediction for. We have what I would like to say 1 month until the NHL 2025 NHL draft. There's a kid I like to talk about that has been rising up on people's boards that would be an excellent fit for us. He could potentially be teammates with Cole Hudson next season because he is committed to Boston College this year, or Boston University. Jake Murtaugh. Or Jack Murtaugh. Gil, this kid screams top line center. He's 6'1", 185, has plenty of time to grow. He's from New York. There you go, Jared. We have connection with him.
Lovely.
Where the fuck is this? East Greenbush, New York. That's got to be outside of New York City.
East Greenbush.
I would say something, but there's a lady present.
It's outside of Albany.
Oh, that's okay.
Who said I'm a lady?
Yeah, she's heard it all.
She's one of the boys. What do you mean, a lady? She's one of the boys.
I've been one of the boys since high school. It's sad. Yes, thank you.
Oh, yeah,
Anyways.
there it is. It's right outside Troy.
Yeah, it's right outside Albany. It's like
Right outside his what?
Thanks.
so. It's probably like an hour away from Albany.
Not even.
Not even, yeah.
More like 20 minutes.
So this kid is probably going to be who we pick with our first pick.
Oops.
But I think our second pick is going to be goalie. I 100% think it's going to be goalie. There's going to be a goalie sitting at 50 that we just can't pass up. We don't have a real true goalie in our system. We haven't had one since Samsonov. Shut up, Jared. I swear to God, if you bring him up.
I was getting ready.
I swear to God.
Of course he was going to bring it up. You know darn well he was.
He has a weird obsession with him. I don't know. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. But,
I do it just for you, Marcus.
So
that I absolutely believe. He's doing it just to mess with you. Oh, my feet are soaking wet.
What?
It rained earlier and my feet are soaking wet.
that was a delayed reaction by Gil. He's like, "What?"
No, it rained earlier.
We're
and
not
we had to go
drafting this
inside.
fucking-
Here comes the rain again.
I don't
And then we
want
had to
Ivan
get
Rybakhin.
a thunderstorm rolled through. That's why the meet started late. We should be leaving right now. We should be leaving to come home right now, but we've got 2 more hours. I just got something to eat. Now I'm going to find a place to sit down. so I
Waffle
can watch.
House.
No, a hot dog.
I can go for Waffle
You
House
need
right
Waffle
now.
House.
It's right out here.
We're,
So,
we're
Bleachers
not
Nation.
stopping at Waffle House.
So guys, Bleachers Nation. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up for you guys. Uh, here's their.
Down here.
You guys can see this. Do you see this?
So,
Just ignore this. ad
Yes.
I
Alright.
get my glasses on.
here. Okay. So, Bleachers Nation has us picking Jake Murta at 27. That's right here. It says right here. Caps had the best record in their Eastern Conference in the regular season, but they didn't make it out of the second round of the playoffs. So they're one of the teams moving up in our new mock draft. They have some old players in their roster, but also have some youth mixed in. Murta might be their best player available here. Makes sense. If because Jack Nesbitt's he was drafted 3 picks before. Like I said, Jack Nesbitt is sitting there at 27. You draft him. Gil, would you be mad with the pick like this?
No, not really. I mean, best center available. No, I don't. That's what they ought to be going for.
And we haven't really had a problem with. I thought we were picking 50th. Oh, we're picking 37th. They have us taking Charlie Trethaway. Which, you know what? If we get him instead of a goalie, I'm not going to be pissed. Because he's up. He's moving up on my boards, too. I mean.
where's he out of?
So he is a right-handed defenseman, 6'2", 187. He is committed to Boston University. Hey, look at that shit.
Another.
Cole Hudson.
Look at that shit. Another Cole Hudson teammate.
Oh my gosh, there we go.
If this draft ended that way and we got both of these players, we would have 3 players on Boston University that are Capitals.
That's awesome.
I mean, I'm not a fan of it because I want a goalie, but but I mean, this would answer 2 of the 3 that needs, and then we can just get a goalie in the 3rd round, or we can wait until next year. I mean, Charlie Trethaway could be a 1st-round pick. Oh, he's from Pittsburgh. Oh, no, he's from Maryland. Oh shit.
Who?
Charlie Trethaway.
Grab him.
Yeah.
He's from Elcott City, Maryland.
Grab him.
Grab him. He played for the Pittsburgh Penguins Juniors, though.
Eh.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, we have another month. Me and Gil are going to do our full 7th round draft pick for the Capitals next month. We got the beginning of next month. We also have our last mock draft, 7.0. Cheryl, you were late before we talked about this. We have 3 more episodes, including this one, so 2 more after this one. Next week we're gonna have Sean, my buddy Sean will be on.
Excellent.
I already updated the new channel. We have new podcasts.
I saw the channel. It looks good.
Next week we'll be starting the IWC World Wrestling Podcast, which will be a WWE, AEW, inner wrestling community podcast, and we'll be going over this weekend's Battleground.
I mean, I got to start watching more wrestling.
No, because you're not a part of the podcast.
Oh well, excuse me.
I already have Ryan and Mark.
Okay, that'll be fun.
Well, I gotta ask Ryan, but Mark said he'll be down. So he already does reactions on TikTok. So there's that. That's the update on the channel. But we had a debriefing before we end this episode. Cheryl, what is your favorite moments at the end for this season? Do you see it as a failure or do you see it as a success?
I see it as a success, quite honestly. I mean, basically, we told the league to hold my beer and show them what we can do. And yeah, we kind of hit a bit of a wall at the end, but I mean, besides the obvious 895, just watching this team, how they grew together and stayed together, and as the guys came in and out, that the chemistry just kind of, they stayed cohesive. They didn't lose what they had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So the whole season. I think it was a huge success, quite frankly. Um, did they hit a wall at the end? Yeah, they kind of did. They were tired. They, you know, they lost a step or two. But yeah, I have zero complaints about this season, honestly. Yes, there are things to work on. They still have to learn how to play a full 60 minutes and that kind of thing. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say about that.
Jared, your overall debrief of the season?
It definitely exceeded my expectations. I mean, going into this season, I figured it was going to be like last year. Maybe we were going to get in a wild card spot and probably just have another first round exit. The fact that we won our first playoff series since we won the cup is impressive. Finishing the regular season as the number one team in the East. Ovechkin finally breaking Gretzky's record. The way Carberry's gotten this team together and turned us from a mediocre team into one of the best teams in the league again.
Hmm.
I'd say it was a massive success this season.
Yeah, I gotta agree. We also briefly talked about what the Caps could do in the offseason, Cheryl. Oh look, the
Yeah.
Caps. They have this one has the Caps taking a goalie at 27. Uh,
Okay.
it's the guy I've been.
I'm very excited for the off season.
This is the
I'm
guy
very
I've been
excited to see
talking
what we do.
about. You don't see it on here, Gil, but they have us taking Jack, Ivan Kovic from the OHL. We talked about this briefly. Me and Gil, we did a back and forth discussion. Brock Bessier could be an interesting guy to look at for the Capitals to get, but me and him
Mm.
also came to agreement that he's probably not going to sign here because he wants top 6 minutes, and our top six is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I think we can
Yeah.
sign him. I think we can afford him. I just don't think he wants to play bottom 6 minutes.
No, our top six is pretty solid for the next couple of years, I think. So yeah.
Not really. I mean, eventually Leonard's going to be moving up, and Crystal and Miro should move up too. I think ultimately McMichael will be the third line center in the next 2 years.
Right.
That's the goal. He wants to play center, and that's where he's going to be. So
And I think he'll do well there. I do like him on the third line, so I think he'll do well there.
I told Gil,
Um,
if we could sign Bessier, we could probably do a third line of Miro, Leonard at center, and Besser at right wing, and
mm.
that would be a hell of a. Oh, I fucking hate this photoshopped image. Ugh. It's Matthew
I can't see it
Schaefer.
because I don't have my phone on.
It's Matthew Schaefer without a freaking visor, man. Ugh, it looks so ugly.
Oh God, that's scary.
Or it's James Higgins. No, that's Matthew Schaefer. So that's this week's episode. Next week we'll be doing episode 30, our 30th episode. Then we'll end it off on episode 31, which is gonna be the night after the NHL draft ends. We will do
Right.
the overall season debrief, and then we will get into what is I like to call baseball
There we
season,
go.
baby. The MLB Hot Shot Takes podcast will be debuting the night after the NHL draft.
I've
So you
got
get
the
to
Rockies winning the World Series.
Ah, you fucking idiot.
so I'm done after this, right? I don't have any more podcasting after this one.
No, next week.
Well, yes, but even when hockey's done.
I mean, if you want to join me and Jared for the AHL and the NLL podcast,
Yeah, I would like to. Yeah,
but we're not going to debut those until next year.
that's fine.
Well, like I said, next week I'm going to be recording the podcast, the IWC podcast. Me
Yeah.
and Gail will continue the prospect showcase, and all of us will do the caps off the chain. Then there will be
Right.
the Watch 32, the NHL 32 Watch podcast, which will be specifically the live streams and talk around the NHL, where I will have guest hosts that include Jordan, that include other NHL fans that can join us. That will be debuting during the Stanley Cup Final, because I will be live streaming all 7 games. So this has been a wonderful season for the Capitals. To end this podcast episode today, we're gonna go around and say what we're thankful for this season. And Gil, since you're the oldest here,
No, he's
Gee,
not.
thanks.
he's the oldest male. Say your grace, Gil.
That
Say
that
your
that
grace.
that mean that mean I get to carve the turkey?
Yes. Yes, you get to carve the turkey.
We get the Tower of the Turkey next in a couple
Gil,
weeks.
say
Yes.
what you're grateful. Say the top 3 things you're grateful for this season.
I am grateful for number one being able to stick a big fat middle finger into the pundits that said we weren't even going to make the playoffs. Fuck you, Elliot Friedman.
I
Fuck
like to
you,
point out.
Dallas isn't. Fuck all of you fuckers.
I would like to
Yeah.
point out we had worse odds than the Pittsburgh Penguins to win the Stanley Cup.
Yes.
I am also grateful that the Pierre-Luc Dubois trade did not blow up in our face, and in fact
Oh, yeah.
was awesome. And I am also grateful that Ilya Alexei Protas and Connor McMichael continue to take strides going forward in improving his players.
Okay. Cheryl,
Yes.
you're the oldest about everyone. It's your turn. Your top 3 thankful things of this season. I guess she doesn't have a top 3. All right, let's move on.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Jared.
No, I was
Sorry.
talking to you.
Oh, sorry. No, my top 3. Spencer Carberry, just what he's done with this team has been phenomenal. He's definitely thankful for him.
Yeah.
For Tom Wilson stepping up into that leadership role and becoming the player that I knew he could become, and actually really embracing that role as an assistant captain and showing what he actually can do. And my third thing, well, I mean, I'm always grateful for Ovi.
We already know
So,
that's going to be Jared's top grateful.
but yeah, just Ovi and the work he put in and how hard he's worked this season to get where he is, and pushing through that broken leg so he can keep playing.
Ovi says he wants to work hard to make the roster as a 40-year-old. Like, he ain't gonna automatically make the roster.
Well, yeah, that's true. But the fact that he feels he has to, I think that's pretty cool.
I think he was joking.
Well, yeah, I know, but still.
Jared, your turn. Your top 3 grateful things of this season.
Obviously, grateful for Spencer Carberry. The fact that he is undoubtedly the best coach we've had since Barry Trotz, and he took a team that was mediocre and turned us into one of the best teams in the league again.
If he does not win the Jack Adams, there will be rioting.
Well,
yeah, that would be asinine if he doesn't.
Could win it. He could still win it because he still has a case.
Thankful for the newer guys we got, like Thompson and Chikrin, how those guys have
Big Dick Chick.
The way they've come in and helped us turn this team around. We picked up a lot of great players this year.
And we signed almost all of them.
Thank God we got them contracts, and they'll be sticking around.
All right, what's your last one?
And obviously, for Ovechkin, finally breaking that record that no one thought was possible.
All right.
Oh my God, those socks are wet too. I have a dry pair. I have a dry pair of socks here.
You saved the best for last. My 3 grateful things for this season. I don't have any. This season sucked. No. One would probably be Spencer Carberry. He the fact that he took this team around and
these are dry.
turned us into an Eastern Conference champion, regular season champion, won the division again, and we won our first playoff series since winning the Stanley Cup. My second grateful thing, which he's not getting a lot of love and deserves a lot of love, is Chris Patrick. He came into this mess, and he made all those certain moves, made all those contracts work. He has done a fantastic job as the new general manager after Brian McClellan kind of fucking screwed this team in the later years after winning the Stanley Cup.
Nope.
Signing all those players to those terrible contracts, signing Orlov, signing Kuznetsov, signing Backstrom, signing Oshie, so all those long, terrible contracts.
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick turned around and did what he did with Logan Thompson, Charlie Lindgren, and Jacob Chikrin, and Nick Dowd, and was able to make it work. So I got to give him some love. But my ultimate all-time grateful thing this season, and a lot of people didn't think he was going to be with the team this year. They thought he was going to pull a Carter Guthier and just sign with the Boston Bruins in 2 years. I am thankful that we have Ryan Leonard going forward.
Yes.
The kid's gonna be great for us. He's gonna be awesome. He looked great in Game 5. He didn't produce, but that's not what that matters right now. The kid looks like he belongs almost every night. I am thankful that he will be the building block going forward around the team. And we are in good hands that Ovi is gone. Now, next year, what I'm looking forward to is a certain annihilator who scores power play goals like they're going out of style, like it's a carton of eggs being tossed at a house during Halloween if you don't give them trick or treats. If you don't give them fucking candy for trick or treating. Andrew Crystal is my highlighted prospect for next season. So I am thankful for those three. Guys, I got to get out of here. Gil, you got to get out of here. I got shit to do. Thank you guys for joining us this episode 29. Next week will be episode 30. We're going to take a hiatus. After that, we're going to take probably 2 to 3 weeks off as I start my coaching. We'll be back for episode 31 after next week, which will be 31. I think we're going to do 31 and we're going to do 32. So we'll do 4 more episodes. So we got tonight's episode.
Good.
And then we got 3 more episodes after tonight. So anyways, thank you guys for joining us this week. For one final time for the regular season, not for season 4, but for one final time for the regular season and the playoffs. Let's go Caps. Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's
go Caps.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely